I think that we've got to, as a staff, we got to figure out a way to kind of get him settled into the game. Number one, and then obviously, Trevor has to obviously make sure that he's in a good spot. And thing is, he sees everything. He sees the field well. We just got to continue to keep throwing. And keep putting him in situations like that. He's going to get better. He will get better. I'm not worried about that at all. We have a lot of faith and trust in him, and he can definitely do the job. We've seen it this season. So we just got to keep working on it.
And what was your perspective on Trevor's interception in the end zone?
Well, I think he would tell you, and I'm going to tell you, you just can't do that. That deep in the red zone like that, and yeah, it was just unfortunate. Turnover right there. Just can't do it when when you're about to score.
Where does Trayvon Walker's ragdoll throwdown there rank in terms of maybe even all of the boneheaded mistakes you've seen guys do?
Again, it's just those are unacceptable. Plays that come up, and I keep telling the guys that a game usually comes down to 3 to 5 plays, and you just never know which ones are going to be those plays. And Trevor's interception late, that penalty late in the game like that. I mean, those are hard to overcome. And just again, they're all valuable lessons for us as a staff to teach and correct and a lot like the week before, Tyson running into the kicker in Philly, and just those are all moments where we can't take things upon ourselves. We just gotta go do our jobs.
Did Trayvon apologize in the locker room after the game or anything like that?
I don't know.
Doug, do you have a good sense when you walk out there on game day after the last 2 weeks what you're going to get out of Trevor?
I do. I really do. I feel comfortable and confident. He always has a good week of preparation. And he's always in a good spot, and so I feel good. When we go out there and the way we start the game and the openers and and just again, it's just how we start. And that's part of the quarterback too, getting him comfortable and settled down into the game to where he can get himself into a rhythm.
Is he being too aggressive at times and not taking some of those shorter throws to check down?
Well, I mean, this was a if you're looking at the game, this is a cover 2 game today by Houston, and they played extremely well. That's a staple of Lovie Smith, and their defense played it extremely well. There are some opportunities, as checkdowns, but at the same time, until I go back and watch this game, it's hard to say. If a couple of times we did try to check it down, we dropped them too. So there's some plays being left out on the field.
Hey, Coach, we know what type of defensive mind Lovie Smith has been in this league for a very long time. What did he present specifically to you guys today that made it so difficult, and especially in terms of converting on 3rd down and in the red zone?
Yeah, he's he comes from the traditional 4-3 style of defense, playing that cover 2, the old Tampa Bay scheme back in the day, and he's got his guys flying around. That's what that's what I saw on tape all week. This is a guy or a team that plays extremely hard. A lot like our guys. I mean, they play extremely hard, and a style of defense where those guys they're executing it well. And you got to look at their 5 games now, or their 4 games leading up to this. I mean, they were pretty much in every football game, and with chances to win. So this is a good football team that came in here, and I still believe we're a good football team, and it just comes down to execution and just understanding where you need to be on any given play.
Hey, Coach, how do you help a young quarterback develop consistency? You've seen the highs for 2 weeks in a row, and then now you've seen kind of lows for back-to-back weeks. How do you help Trevor?
You keep working. You don't pull back and you don't add on. You just keep working every single day. That's the only way you get through it. And we've got a lot of confidence in him and trust in him, and he's our guy, and we're gonna keep working through it. We're gonna work through it together, and he'll be better. He'll be better down the road for it.
Hey Doug, it seemed like Travis was having a pretty good first half, I think around 60 yards. What happened in the second half? Why wasn't he able to get the ball in his hands a little bit more? And would you have liked to see the run more aggressively rather than passing?
Yeah, that's on me. Play caller. Got to call more plays to him. But yeah, we'll figure that out.
How much can that take off the pressure in terms of Lawrence? When he's having that kind of day, how much can having that run game take the pressure off of that?
Sure. I mean, you run the ball, it can take the pressure off of your whole team. Yep.
Hey, Coach, also, in reference to the running game again, you had some good success with that in the first half, especially in that second quarter. What made you kind of go away from that in the second half, or was it something that they adjusted to at halftime?
That's on me. I got to call more runs.
Doug, in terms of other than Trayvon Walker's penalty, what you see out of your defense, it seemed like a pretty strong effort from that group.
Yeah, I mean, I thought they played well. Gosh, that long drive they had, there were some missed tackles on that one, but I thought overall, obviously kept us in the football game, and did some nice things. There's still some things we got to clean up, and these guys battle. They play hard, and they're physical. It's a physical group. They cleaned up some of the mistakes from a week ago, but we still have some work to do, and we got to get some stuff corrected.
Did they do a really good job defensively taking away Christian Kirk, or do you have a reason as to why Christian?
Really not until I look at the tape to see, but other than that, it's hard to tell until we get back to the looking at it.
Doug, the interception right there after halftime, or right there at the start of the third quarter, how much does that take out of just the momentum, the intensity or whatever? How much does that take out of a team when you feel like you're down there about ready to take the lead and it just doesn't happen?
Still there's a lot of football game left, and so it's unfortunate. We know we can't do that, but there was no waiver. Our guys were confident. They felt good even going back out on the field. Defense was obviously putting it kind of back on them to get a stop, but I mean it could take a little bit out, but for the most part, our guys did a nice job of staying in there and staying together and sort of rebounding after that.
You mentioned some drops earlier. I think there were 5 last week too. Maybe is that playing on maybe Trevor's mind a little bit at this point? No, you don't think so?
I don't think so. I mean, no.
Hey Coach, we've talked a lot about the confidence in this group early in the season. How do you keep the confidence on this team high now that the back-to-back losses?
I mean, you just go back to work, and you entrust these guys with a lot, and we ask a lot of them, and you just keep working, and you keep putting them in these situations, and they're gonna learn. We're all gonna learn together, and we'll be stronger and better for it.